A gentleman seeks in himself. A petty person seeks in others. A gentleman seeks in himself. A petty person seeks in others can be analyzed from philosophical, psychological, and practical perspectives. This quote, often attributed to Confucius, highlights the contrasting approaches to self-improvement and responsibility between a virtuous individual and one of lesser character. According to the perspective of Confucian philosophy, self-reflection and improvement. Confucian philosophy emphasizes self-cultivation and the importance of introspection. A gentleman constantly examines his own actions and thoughts to improve himself morally and ethically. External blame versus internal accountability. A petty person, on the other hand, tends to blame others for his problems and failings, avoiding personal responsibility and self-examination. Viewed through virtue and character. Gentleman represents an ideal moral character who strives for virtue, wisdom, and self-improvement. The gentleman understands that true growth and ethical behavior come from within. Petty person lacks the moral integrity to look inward and instead seeks faults in others, often to deflect blame from himself. Viewed from the perspective of psychological analysis. Internal locus of control versus external locus of control. Internal locus of control. A gentleman has an internal locus of control, believing that he has the power to influence his own life through his actions and decisions. This mindset leads to self-improvement and personal growth. External locus of control. A petty person exhibits an external locus of control, believing that external factors and other people are responsible for his situation. This leads to a lack of personal accountability and stagnation. From the perspective of self-awareness and emotional intelligence. Self-awareness. The gentleman practices self-awareness, understanding his strengths and weaknesses and working on them. This leads to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Lack of self-awareness. The petty person lacks this self-awareness, often remaining blind to his own faults and projecting them onto others. The practical significance of this statement. Leadership and relationships. Effective leadership. A gentleman, through self-reflection and personal growth, becomes a more effective leader. He can inspire and guide others by setting a positive example. Ineffective leadership. A petty person, by blaming others and avoiding responsibility, creates a toxic environment that hinders teamwork and trust. Personal development. Continuous improvement. The gentleman's approach leads to continuous self-improvement, fostering resilience and adaptability in various life situations. Stagnation. The petty person's approach results in stagnation and missed opportunities for personal growth and development. The social significance of this statement. Constructive and destructive behaviors. Constructive behavior. The gentleman contributes positively to society by focusing on self-improvement and setting a moral example for others to follow. Destructive behavior. The petty person may contribute to societal discord by fostering blame, resentment, and division. Summary. The phrase, "a gentleman seeks in himself, a petty person seeks in others," highlights a fundamental distinction between two approaches to life and personal conduct. A gentleman takes responsibility for his own actions, engages in self-reflection, and strives for continuous improvement. In contrast, a petty person deflects responsibility, blames others, and fails to grow. This distinction, rooted in Confucian philosophy, has broad implications for personal development, leadership, and societal harmony. Do not resent heaven, nor blame others. Do not resent heaven, nor blame others, can be analyzed from philosophical, psychological, and practical perspectives. This phrase, rooted in Confucian thought, emphasizes the importance of personal responsibility, acceptance of circumstances, and the avoidance of external blame. Analyze from a philosophical perspective. Confucian philosophy. Acceptance of fate. In Confucianism, heaven often represents fate or the natural order of the universe. Resenting heaven means rejecting one's fate or circumstances, which is viewed as unproductive and contrary to the virtue of acceptance. Personal responsibility. Confucian teachings emphasize self-cultivation and personal responsibility. Blaming others detracts from one's moral development and is seen as a failure to take ownership of one's actions and circumstances. Stoicism. Control and acceptance. The phrase resonates with Stoic philosophy, which teaches the distinction between what is within our control and what is not. Accepting what we cannot change, akin to not resenting heaven, and taking responsibility for what we can, not blaming others, leads to inner peace and resilience. Analyze from a psychological perspective. Locus of control. Internal locus of control. Individuals with an internal locus of control believe they are responsible for their own success and failures. This mindset promotes resilience and proactive behavior. External locus of control. Those with an external locus of control attribute their circumstances to external forces, such as fate or other people. This can lead to feelings of helplessness and resentment. Resilience and mental health. Acceptance and resilience. Accepting circumstances and taking personal responsibility contribute to psychological resilience. It helps individuals cope with adversity and reduces stress. Blame and resentment. Blaming external factors or others can lead to negative emotions such as anger, resentment, and helplessness. These emotions can be detrimental to mental health and interpersonal relationships. The practical meaning of the above statement. Personal development, growth, and improvement. By not resenting heaven or blaming others, individuals focus on self-improvement and personal growth. This proactive approach leads to better problem-solving and a more fulfilling life. Accountability. Personal accountability fosters a sense of control and empowerment, enabling individuals to make meaningful changes in their lives. Interpersonal relationships. Healthy relationships. Avoiding blame and resentment contributes to healthier relationships. It encourages constructive communication, empathy, and understanding. Conflict resolution. Taking responsibility for one's actions and circumstances helps resolve conflicts more effectively and prevents escalation. The social significance of the above statement. Social harmony. Community and harmony. A society where individuals take responsibility for their actions and accept their circumstances is likely to be more harmonious and cooperative. It reduces social friction and promotes collective well-being. Constructive behavior. Encouraging personal responsibility and acceptance leads to constructive behavior and positive contributions to society. Summary. The phrase, "Do not resent heaven nor blame others," emphasizes the importance of personal responsibility and acceptance of circumstances. It is rooted in Confucian thought and resonates with similar philosophical ideas in Stoicism. This approach fosters psychological resilience, personal growth, and healthier relationships while also contributing to social harmony and constructive behavior. Embracing these principles can lead to a more fulfilling and balanced life.